Have you ever walked through a field of trees? What did you see growing there? Was it fruit? It may have been something like apples or oranges or pears. But in one farm in England, there is a very different kind of field of trees. These trees do not produce fruit. In fact, they do not make anything you can eat. This farm is growing furniture. There are lines of trees growing into chairs, tables, lamps, mirror frames, and other useful things for a home.
Gavin Monroe is the person growing these chairs and other things. His project is called Full Grown.
Gavin Monroe grew up in the United Kingdom. When Monroe was a small boy, he had many medical operations. These operations made the bones in his back straight. After each operation, he could not move very much. He had to be very still while the bones healed. As a boy, he had a lot of time to look at the forest outside his window. He remembers one particular tree. It was a wild tree, but it had grown into the shape of a chair.
Years later, Monroe's back was fixed, but he still thought about that tree shaped as a seat. Monroe liked to make furniture. He used the wood that washed up on the sand after floating in the ocean. But then he had another idea. He told the Guardian news organization,
"Why do we cut the trees down, then make them small, then stick them back together again? We can just start from growing the tree from the beginning."
Monroe wanted to make chairs and tables in a very different way. On the Full Grown website, he writes,
"I was left with the desire to do more than just to make things as beautifully as I could. I wanted to make the whole creative process as simple and elegant as possible."
Traditionally, making furniture is a complex process. Large trees are cut down. Trucks take the cut trees to mills. Mills cut and dry the wood. They may even cut the wood again into smaller pieces. These pieces go to stores. The stores sell the pieces to people who again cut and shape them into what they are making. This process takes many people and a lot of energy. It also produces a lot of wasted wood every time a piece gets cut smaller.
Monroe wanted to change this process. He wanted to make things slowly, in a way that did not waste wood. And he wanted his way to take care of the environment. He told The Guardian,
"When you look at the process from a manufacturing point of view and from a design point of view, it makes total sense. Why would you grow trees and do all the extra work? Why not just grow the shape you want? You can make thousands of chairs the same way as you can make 10, but each one is different."
But how do you grow a chair? Monroe begins by planting a young tree. Then he shapes it around a plastic guide as it grows. He cares for the tree. He moves it and cuts the extra parts off of it. He ties some of the branches together. After a time, the branches begin to grow together to form the shape of a chair. The process is very slow and very complex. Monroe explains that
what we are doing is neatly organizing a small forest. I am only making 50 or so pieces a year. But for every 100 trees you grow, there are 1,000 branches you need to care for. There are 10,000 parts of trees you have to cut at the correct time. It is an art form just organizing everything.
It took Monroe a long time to test how to grow trees into chairs. It takes about 4 to 8 years to grow a single chair. And there were also problems he could not have expected. Early in this project, cows ran through the property. They damaged many of the young trees. This delayed the project.
the good news for Monroe is that people like his chairs. So many people want to buy one of his chairs that there is a waiting list. Some people like the process Monroe uses. Other people like the beautiful chair. Monroe thinks that people should not have to choose. He believes the chairs will not just be useful, but also comfortable. He says they could last longer than furniture made in other ways. The chairs grow in one solid piece, so there are no joints, nails, or glue that can break apart.
Monroe's chairs currently cost a lot of money. People who buy them believe they are a work of art more than something to sit on. One of Monroe's early chairs is even on display in the National Museum of Scotland. But Monroe hopes that as his company expands, the cost of the chairs will come down.
This could take time, But Monroe has learned to be patient. He learned patience as a child recovering in the hospital. He learned that results take time. But he used his experience to do something new and creative. Shaping trees into chairs takes a lot of time. Not everyone would be patient enough. Monroe also wants his business to do well. He has created other products that take less time to grow. These include lamps, mirror frames, and tables. But he wants to work with nature, not against it. He says,
"The trees are growing, and all we are doing is shaping the ends as it grows along. The secret is to let the tree grow and just guide it as you go along. That is the beauty of it. It is so simple.